Yeah.
What did you guys use before?
He made me meet him at the Barrel of the Bottoms, which has a podcast studio.
Yeah.
And we sat in the show area on like with the phone on the table and just recorded it through his cell phone. So it's like, dude, we could have done this at my house.
Yeah, over a phone.
Does it really needed to be adjusted still?
Not really.
Am I not talking directly into the mic
You were talking directly into the mic. Well, we were just hearing my fellow co-hosts, Cole Fletcher and Ryan Trickey, talk about inferior podcasts that
Rival
are also in Kansas City.
Yeah.
My name's Bennett. We're doing an introduction. People complain like, when, why are we getting introductions? But this is actually the coolest podcast in Kansas City.
It is?
Yeah, so...
Who are you trying to start beef with?
So Aaron Scarborough physically threatened me the other day. I have I have video proof of it. I've been wanting to post it, but like I've been trying to get my
You're trying to blackmail him instead?
I'm trying to get like my case built up before I really like this guy doesn't change clothes. Like he's disgusting. He wants to tear down all our political institutions.
Because I definitely haven't seen you wear the same camo pants 2 days in a row.
You're right. You're right. I guess I want to. I could talk about myself forever. I mean, we have a guest. So I went to Wichita last weekend.
Wait, so are you gonna? We have a guest. Anyways, let me continue talking about myself. Can I just tell you, my name's Ryan Trickey. Whatever.
Yeah, there we go.
Can I just tell you, like when I got here? First of all, I've been here for an hour and 15 minutes, which is a long time.
It's a very long time
to be here.
Yes.
Your mom, of course, made the food, which is very nice. She's wonderful. But then, like, I walked down here, and Bill, like, I was going to the bathroom upstairs, and he's like, yeah, just meet me downstairs. I was like, I don't know, where's downstairs?
What door?
And he's like, well, it's my room. Like, that's not what I am. Yeah. Like, I've never been to your house before, and I walked down here, and Bill was holding this airsoft gun, and he was like, ha ha. So he pointed what looked a lot like a real gun at me. So that was super cool. Yes. And then he offered me a beer, and at first I said no, and then I changed my mind pretty quickly afterwards.
You're going to need it, yeah.
So he handed me this beer. Cole, are you 21?
I am 21, yes.
I want you to take this from me, and I want you to tell me, and don't think too hard about this, tell me what's wrong with this.
By just the look of it and the feel of it.
The feel of it is really
I would say that it's warm.
Does it feel like it was just underneath his bed? Before getting it to me, like not in a refrigerated, chilled space whatsoever.
Pillowcase warm, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Did you want it cold? Do people drink beer cold?"
I don't know. I just drink beer. I don't know.
That you have to hide from your mom.
No, I mean it's just I guess it's in my closet.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about it because like alcohol is nothing to me now. I went to Wichita because I think I'm gonna be like. Famous politician and comedian. I'm gonna become
politician
like
comedian.
The Zelensky of my time. I think that's what I'm gonna be doing. I just got a match on Hinge. Shout out Margot. I think it was a mistake.
Margot Roberto.
Margot Robbie. Yeah. I'm starting to flirt with like the Hollywood elites. But anyway, I did a show in Wichita and it was at like a strip club.
Congratulations. That's sweet.
You did a stand-up show?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I got like free drinks. Got to pay like $55 because that's how much my time is worth. Okay. And then
Wichita's tough. That's a really long drive. Mm-hmm. That's a tough trip. So it's good. It's good that they paid you.
And then I think one of like the strippers was like trying to talk to me or something. Mm-hmm. I didn't know if like I felt bad. I didn't know what was like happening. I felt like.
Did you get the impression that the stripper liked you more than just as a client, possibly?
And I don't know.
Or maybe you saw that you just got paid $55.
Yeah. Do you think that maybe the stripper? Yeah. No, that's interesting. I bet nobody's ever felt that a stripper was giving them a lot of attention after knowing that they had just gotten paid.
Yeah.
A fool's ransom of $55.
So like the thing is, it's like I didn't know she was exploiting me for money or like I was exploiting her for her like tragic life or circumstances. You know what I
think
mean?
your life is probably more tragic than her
Yeah.
life is. What little I know about your life and what little I know about hers, that's just a judgment call.
She's a real
I think I can
monster
make.
here. That's what's happening.
Let's talk about you, Ryan. Can you? Is this why is my phone not working? So I have some information that I'm curious if it matches up. Is your phone number?
Do you want this, by the way? Because
No,
I
I
don't want.
gotta work out later.
Okay.
Is this over? Is this the Modelo? It's just trashed. It's basically worth nothing.
I don't think that's my fault. You're not gonna make me feel bad for not drinking your warm beer.
No.
Okay. So
Fuck your warm beer.
but you don't want it cold.
How is it gonna become cold?
I'll put it into a cooling device, or a chilled glass, or a ice. you want some ice with your beer? Or we could put the beer in like a container. I feel like you're negging me and it's hurting myself.
I have not yet begun to neg you. My criticisms are, I came here and I was like, I'm going to be really nice to Bill today. He's letting me into his home. He's having me on his show. I feel like I am a little hard on you. But you really defy me to be, you really
You
bring
test the
out the
limits.
worst. And yeah,
Yeah, you really pull it out. Of
I'm only human.
Is there any way I can resolve the Modelo issue?
I think I think that I can try to move past it, but I think that's going to be a Herculean, effort on my part. But I'll do my best. So, what you were going to read my phone number to everybody?
Is that what you wanted to do, Bill?
Okay, is this real?
I guess I
Is this
deserve this because
real?
I watch stuff like the Eric Andre show, and
Yeah.
like when people have like bad interviews and stuff, and think that's funny. This is where my
Is this your
That makes
address?
sense.
You know
That's
what
the
I
whole
mean?
gag reel of this show. Is
so
that
this is where
it's
my
supposed to be.
this is where my dad and my stepmom lived, but they moved.
Yeah, I was just curious because
You do wait? Is this a background report? Did you do a background check on me?
I do research on my guests.
Research.
I was like, yeah,
It's
you're
just my.
This is my
it's just
social
where my
security
parents live.
number.
It has the square footage of my parents' homes.
Jeez. Well, Zillow's got that.
Possible connections are my dad. Known affiliates: Brandon Trickey.
yeah, Ricky.
Okay, well, I guess
You know,
this is not terribly accurate anymore. So I don't
Luckily.
know.
okay, so I guess there's so you had a podcast.
So your first interview question, by the way, and I don't know if this is an interview podcast or not. I hope it isn't.
Ah.
But is
Far from it.
is you doxing me?
I would say it's far from interview. It's more of just Bill has all of his issues in his life and wants to share it with people on camera to his friends.
Maybe we ask Bill questions, like it's a reverse
You wanna-
interview.
Yeah.
Is that
Like, hey Bill, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
you know, I think I have like a certain talent at conversation. I'm good at talking.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I'm looking into politics because I kind of think I have the gift of gab. I'm really good at dating apps. You know, I made a girl say that I was good looking last night, and I felt like I was.
You made her?
Yeah,
How did you make her?
Would you like point a gun at her?
I used I think the term is like sissy hypno techniques. You know what I mean?
like a pick me boy.
Is that true? Is
What,
that
you're
is
a
that
pick me boy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say you're a pick me boy.
Why?
You just said it. You're a sissy gag.
Sissy hypno
Yeah.
techniques.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I made somebody give me a compliment. So I made him cough it up.
I feel like I have to like go out of my way to be nice to and about women because like all the like murdering women jokes I make. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
have to. It you know what I mean? It has to round out.
Is your tell of, is that how you be nice to women? Is that when you just tell them things for like 45 minutes straight and then don't stop talking?
Because I don't know if you know this, but women love listening. I don't know if you. That's a age-old dating technique.
Like, even when I want to be hard on him, like, I remember, I thought he was, like, 21 years old.
Yeah.
And he's 18.
Yeah.
So then it's like, oh, okay, well, like, I didn't really know who I was when I was 8. Like, I
No
probably
idea.
just said whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, ask any 18-year-old, like, who are you? Like,
Yeah.
they're going to just spout nonsense.
Yeah.
So, like, I kind of am tempted to give him some slack.
Oh, no.
That makes
You
sense.
know what I mean? Because,
Yeah.
like, I don't think that anything he says is sincere, but that's
No.
okay. Because
Yeah.
he doesn't, you know what I mean? So,
He's figuring it all out. He's just
Yeah,
really trying to map it all.
it takes a long time.
Yeah.
Because I was telling Ryan and I was trying to travel. I was trying to want to travel, like do comedy, not like
Like to Wichita?
to Wichita or to Denver or Omaha or
Yeah.
start
I
getting
know, we
myself
tried talking.
out there.
We tried talking about a trip to Omaha this summer. Never ended up doing it though.
And then I got the vibe from Ryan who was like, "You're not ready yet." You
That's
didn't
not
say
what I
that.
said.
You did not say that, but I felt your piercing eyes into my soul.
If me just looking at you makes you feel bad about yourself, I don't think that's my fault. I think that you're projecting.
It's also what I wanted to come see today. Is that I wanted to see Trickey because I think he can probably slick out of a lot of Bill's bullshit. Like
So
I feel like it's just bullshit.
yeah,
the first time Ryan saw me do my real set, he said,
As opposed to a fake set?
"Yeah,
What are you talking
a
about?
comedy." No, I wouldn't say that's like a real
Okay,
comedy
right.
set. He was like, "You did a lot better than I thought you would." That's what you said to me.
I don't remember saying that.
You did say that after and Rhino open mic. You're probably hammered, hating your life. I know hosting.
Totally. If I was watching your set, I sure was.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then that means you did great. That was Ryan's version of saying you did great, Bill.
I don't think that's true. I think that I'm willing to say that people do great. I think I'll go up to somebody who had a great set and I'm like, that was great. I think I say that sometimes.
But I'm not like a person. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm learning.
I'm like this is okay.
Like on the wall behind us are like a collection of like cutouts of like various like comic book related things, show posters, just things, just cut. And that's kind of like what Bill is. Like
Yeah.
he's just a collection of pieces of people, but
Yeah.
it's not a cohesive.
Yeah. I would say a vast majority of it's Bobby Lee though.
You think of Bobby Lee as an influence?
Like as a person, yeah. I don't know.
Not as a comic, just as a human being. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen his comedy.
I
I don't
don't
think
really
he
either.
does comedy.
I don't know his stuff either. Yeah, not really.
But I'm sure it must be great. I think he had a bit where he would like something about like racism and how like we're all pink on the inside and he just show everybody his asshole.
That's funny.
You think like that's I'm gonna break into like I'm the incel comic. I feel
Yeah.
like there's a new generation of people and I'm that. You know what I'm saying? People don't fuck anymore. Okay, let's talk about.
I can see why you would think that.
Let's
yeah.
okay. Let's talk about.
People don't fuck you anymore, Bill. No.
I don't remember. I want to say like 30. You did 32? No, you did 30 episodes. Oh, 30-ish episodes with Steven Taylor, Set to Destroy in the
I
Barely
don't know how
Bottom
many
City.
episodes we did. That could be true.
You had like mini comics on, and you'd have like their early sets, and you criticize them, you tear them down, like you tore down my self-esteem.
Your self-esteem was affected?
Just in
right,
a very similar way. Let me try to see if I can do this. Oh, this is great. So, we want to watch one of your videos?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, we're just. I guess. This is interesting. I didn't. think about the production value when I was doing this, but I have an idea.
You can pull it up, Jamie.
Pull it up. Pull it up. So this is Ryan Trickey.
So yeah, Steven and I would have comics come on
Yeah.
and bring like old clips of their stand up, like
Gotcha.
7, 8 years old. That
Oh,
kind of thing. And
that's
we
kinda
would-
cool.
We would watch it and tease them about
Yeah.
it. And then at the end, me and Steven would have snippets of old shit of ours.
Oh man.
And so that way it was a little fair.
It's like watching. I don't know. It's like if somebody made me watch me poop or something. Like
Yeah,
if I had a video of me pooping, like that's what a video of me doing stand up like a year ago was.
Well, yeah,
Like, it's
well, imagine 5 years from now how you'll feel. I mean, even if the material itself is not that bad,
Yeah,
like, and if you're
but-
having like a decent set, it's still mortifying. for
Performance,
sure.
yeah,
yeah,
it's-
little thing. Well, yeah, so yeah,
That's
we
what
we had a
is-
pretty decent time.
Makes me
doing it.
nervous about the TikTok stuff and the Instagram stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, all of you first years, 2 years as well, that includes myself, like are putting out these sets. I hate what I look back on without posting it at all. You are sharing it to the world. How's that gonna look? But I guess you can see like an uprise if you go long enough. Because I saw Sarah Sullivan the other day. She was trying to write jokes like late for an open mic, and she looked through her TikTok to find a joke that she was working on.
Mhm.
I'm like, that is insane that you have a video.
That's how they look at notes and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
clever though. That's smart. Yeah, whatever works.
Alrighty, we're doing this. This is so exciting. You know, when you really think about it,
Oh, we're looking at one of my old stand-up clips.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, let's do
like
it.
a little clip.
When's this from?
This is from 2/16/18. So 2018. This is
Okay.
not
How
super.
many years are you in?
This is
2018.
At this point, I was probably 4 or 5 years in.
Oh, this is the entire screen. Well, we're
Oh,
fixing it.
2018 would have been like 4 years.
2018, yeah. This is oh fuck, I am not good at this, I guess. But this is Jeff Nelson, so another Denver-based comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Is wow, this is solo production. Okay, let's do this. Let's time it together.
I don't know if I've met. Oh, I guess I haven't.
I met his cousin recently. Did I tell you that?
Did you tell me that you met Jeff's cousin?
Yeah, his cousin is in a band.
No, you must not have mentioned it. Actually, you did tell me that. Yeah, you told me you met Jeff's cousin and they're in a band.
Yeah, is that interesting? Well, anyway, we're gonna do this. We don't have Colby Cusack to do this. Look at this. Jeffrey Paul Nelson.
Jeffrey Paul Nelson, your host. Let me hear you one more time. I won't hold it against you if you don't, though. That's okay. He and I co-starred in a sketch recently that went on YouTube. It's gone viral. If you count 400 views as viral. He plays a very self-absorbed, vapid, empty person. So lots of acting chops on that guy. No, but I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you the truth. When I met Jeff, this was a couple years ago. When I met Jeff, I didn't really like him. Guys, thank you for coming out tonight. Supporting live local city comedy. Seriously, it's really
Tree's
cool
got the
you guys
tricks.
All right, fuck it. Let's not worry about it. I'm excited to meet you. This is kind of a cool room. There's like lots of things. There's a lot going on. Just a pregnant clay sculpture with no head. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
I guess we could just pause in the middle of talk about it. Just master of improv, Ryan Trickey over here. One of my favorite moments is when he said that Tigo Hayes did a little bit good on one of his sets recently. Fuck, I'm not good at talking. Fuck, I guess Set to Destroy was harder than I thought it was. I didn't plan this as well as I expected.
We did the same thing on the podcast. I never watched the clip before we watched it to record.
You want the genuine reaction.
Yeah, I mean, it might have been smarter to do that, to think of jokes ahead of time, but we didn't. I guess we just had faith that we could figure it out on the fly. But
that's my problem. I keep having like faith that I'll be funny.
the problem is this clip. It's obviously like not perfect, but like it's mostly not that bad of a clip. I don't think if it's the one I think.
As far
It
as like
is.
the first 40 seconds, it seemed pretty decent.
Yeah. I mean,
Fresh in the buddy.
I'm sure that there's something on YouTube that's like gross though. Let me
Yeah.
just see.
Oh, thank you. I
Surely,
appreciate-
That's
let
one
me
of my
help
favorite parts
you.
of-
Let me help you make fun of me here. Let me
Sets.
see.
some folk, like best part of my sets is like whenever I can trash my friends at open mics. It's so much fun.
God, I feel like open mics are a way to like kind of break your sense of normalcy. I guess
Sometimes
it's
it's unnormal.
if we don't say names and he doesn't become too well ingratiated with anybody.
Mhm.
The guy who there's a guy who dressed up in a SpongeBob outfit.
Yeah.
Were you there for that?
Yeah.
Have you heard of this man, Ryan?
Mm-mm.
So he had like a full SpongeBob, like an actual like box
Yeah.
costume.
Like a full costume.
SpongeBob outfit, and he would do like, can you turn on airplane mode because it's fucking up the mic hole.
Oh yeah.
He would dress up in a full SpongeBob costume. He would do like a SpongeBob impression, and then talk about how like he doesn't have any money left, and he spent all of it on the costume, and like he doesn't have custody of kids anymore.
Wow, you weren't kidding. That's like a real SpongeBob costume.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Aren't open mics wonderful?
Oh.
Like, here's the thing, because like I have friends
Yeah.
who like want to go to open mics because they imagine that it's this spectacle. It's just a crazy, weird shit you're
Yeah.
gonna see, and it's just bizarre. But like most of the time, open mic comedy is just kind of boring.
Yeah. It's
It's just kind of
boring.
like you're just sitting there, and it's just you just kind of get worn down. And
Looking
it's
for
just-
the good one, basically. Like the good ones will get laughter,
Yeah.
but
Bad comedy is not like spectacular. Bad comedy is just dull and boring to
Yeah.
listen to. You
Yeah.
know. So, but like sometimes you do see stuff like that that's just amazing.
Because like the top, like an open mic in relativity, it's we have a microphone and speakers. Anyone within a 10-mile, 15-mile radius that wants to drive in to this mic, anyone in the public can talk. You get whatever freedom you want, and you attract some of the most wild people I've ever met in my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Just in the past 2 years, I can't imagine what it could be like in larger cities.
Yeah, dude, seeing people have meltdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Because their shit's not working. Seeing people like try to like do, you know, white guys saying the N-word.
Yeah.
People
Yeah.
bringing like animals on stage. I've seen that.
Because you just think in your head like this is gonna be hilarious.
I've seen
I
like
think this is
I've
so
seen people
funny.
like lick them out, like deep throat the microphone and stuff, which I think is like rude
yeah.
because like we have to use that, you know.
Yeah. Shout out to Dorian DeBose.
I saw Mitchell one time put the microphone on his eye. It's crazy. Oh, we
Well,
didn't talk
now
about
the microphone, is sick probably. So
Yeah.
I was at a show very, very, very recently in town, and the comic had the mic on there, like so, like it was like they were eating an ice cream cone. Gross.
I used to
Yeah.
do that as like a 3-year-old child. I used to think the microphone wouldn't work unless I had my mouth on it.
when you were a little kid.
When I was like 2
Doing
years
open
old.
mics.
Yeah,
at
this
the-
was
at the
an
playground.
adult though. This was like a grown person.
I like putting my mouth on things. I put a lot of things in my mouth, and like I just chew on it. Like I don't know why I feel like it's a cavity in my body that I need to fill. You know what I'm saying?
Well, anyways, I didn't see. I couldn't find any really good old clips
Yeah.
that would be fun to make fun of.
Yeah,
But
me
when
neither.
did you start?
I started in like 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
Around there.
Did you start with any friends? Like, did you like bring a group of friends out to the first open mic, or did
My
you-
girlfriend at the time came with me to my first open mic.
Yeah.
No, not friends, not really.
You like date women. That's what I've noticed. I feel like
Yeah.
you have a girlfriend. That's really cool. What do you think is the difference between you and me in like a relationship with women, not like together?
I can't imagine you talking to a woman more than once. Because I can't imagine you having the sincerity it takes to have a conversation with somebody.
I'm pretty sincere. I feel like I'm pretty good. Like
What's one thing about you, Bill? Something real. Tell me the truth.
it's important. One of my life goals is not. I would rather be surrounded by loved ones than be extremely successful in comedy.
Well, I'm glad to hear that.
Is that why you still live in your mom's house?
I don't know. Me and my mom sort of get along, I guess.
She seems nice.
She's a nice lady. But you know what? You know what? Fun fact. Bill one time said that he would put his mom up against. He would let Dustin Kaufman hook up with his mom if it got him stage time.
Is that true?
Some form of what he just said.
I think that you should probably just try to just
Keep
have
working.
jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I've done that room, and as far as I know, he has yet to have sex with my mother.
Yeah.
So
There's other ways around it.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah. It's a dog eat mom world, you know what I'm saying? This is going so much worse than I thought it would.
if I give you all of the money in my wallet, can we just quit? And you can just do this with Cole, and I'll leave. And you can delete everything you have so far.
This is
You
like
have to pay me too.
this is like every time the
If I book you on the next 5 Catch a Trying Stars,
I can't. I have to keep you here. I don't have friends. Okay, I went to a bringer show, and the only one person I could bring was my mom.
and he like positions himself in between the guest and the escape
Yeah.
from the doorway
Just-
from the basement.
Yeah, you can't leave. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Like
There's
I
no
can
way
try
out.
to get to the gun before him, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, what if that's the decoy one?
Yeah, he might stab you instead with that.
Exactly.
bottle opener.
Yeah.
I'm actually pretty strong. I feel like I've been telling people this, but it's like I feel like I've unlocked all the mental barriers that prevents people from like fully using their body.
Yeah. Yeah, you got. I told you the other day, you got a thick little bottom on you, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You guys were talking about that at the Ryan.
Yeah.
I feel like
I said that you looked like you would be hard to choke.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got a good.
Yeah.
I'll roll down in the ground with anybody. Is that what you say?
Yeah, I've heard that many times.
I was serving today, and serving yesterday, last night, and then the family this guy asked me to give me an entire tour of the menu, which I did. Then he's like, I want silverware, I want plastic, takeaway utensils, and I was like, sure. And then he was like, great service, man. This was great. Did anyone tell you look like Jackson Mahomes? Anyway, great service. And then they tipped me like 10%. And then and I told that to my coworker.
Well, how heavy was the bill?
It's like $100. It was like they gave me $10 for like $100 tab. And then she was like, were they black? And then I didn't know about that till now. I guess black people don't tip well. I don't. I guess I haven't had I haven't spent enough
We
time.
We do tip. We definitely do tip. There's a lot of us that don't. It's true.
I haven't
true.
spent enough.
I've stopped tipping just so that
You got the ratio?
to kind of ease it up on.
Thank you.
That's how I
appreciate
fight
it.
racism.
Yeah.
Is by spreading out the
Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Oh
yeah. So now people are just like black people and that one guy.
Yeah.
I had a lay with a girl recently, not the full. I did some.
But I just want to say it does suck though. Some of us have to over tip to
Oh, I mean
now
Right.
Be like, it's okay. I promise. I'm good service. But.
Yeah.
Bill was telling me once that we were at wherever, and he was telling me that you told me that you just got broken up with, that you were dating someone, and then it ended. And you were sad about it, and then we tried to change the subject, and and you just kept talking about it, and you revealed that what had happened was you had matched with someone on Hinge or something. And that you had messaged her, and then she had messaged you, and then you had messaged her, and then she didn't message you back.
No.
And that's what the breakup was.
No.
So you ask me, what's the difference between you and I in a relationship? I would argue the relationship part could be a good start.
That girl was. I'm pretty sure.
Let me see your Hinge profile.
She was okay.
Mister does a fucking background check on me and tries to use the format of my old show against me, but just finds a clip where I'm doing okay.
I got a lot of good pictures because I'm kind of
Yeah, I want to look at your pictures.
I'm aesthetically pleasing.
You're what?
Aesthetically pleasing.
Are you 6 foot?
6'1".
6'4".
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm just not wearing shoes right now.
Which is your? Will it say which of these is like the first picture that comes up? Oh,
yeah,
you.
the
Okay.
first one. Yeah.
Wow. Why is this? So is your profile picture a really old one?
It was from this February.
Oh, you just look very young in this photo.
Yeah, it does look very
Particularly
young.
young in this photo.
I always look young. People say I look
You
20.
are young.
People say I look
Your
20.
brain- you still have so.
I was in a
far.
strip club. The strippers were flirting with me.
This is a much better picture.
Yeah.
That's a way better picture.
Yeah.
And then the one of you doing stand up so people can be like, whoa, hey, what do you do?
People my age think it's cool, Ryan. At my
Of
age,
course.
it's not.
Most people think it's cool.
Yeah.
Stand up is cool.
Yeah. I the first one is people say they like the first one a lot because it shows personality, and that's what I have. Chinese. That's my personality. I don't have. I'm sincere, Ryan. You're really
Maximum distance 35 miles.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
It's
right?
just that's how far you'd be willing to drive to talk to a woman who might talk back with you. That's what it means.
I'm just currently talking with a girl that's in 3 hours away. You know, because or 200 miles away.
I've done the long distance thing before.
Is
Yeah,
that long
I'm
distance?
right
Are you? How long have you been together?
3 years of September.
Has it been long distance the whole time?
Mostly it was from Lawrence to Columbia, so 2.5 hours, and then this last year has been from here to London.
No shit.
Yeah.
How long are they going to be in London for?
She gets back in October, but she left
good,
in
okay.
September, so it's been a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, and I've met so many people that like in comedy that have never even met her, and like they're like, "Is she real?" And so I started telling people that like Manti Te'o and I have the same girlfriend.
Mm.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Yeah.
You'll see. There's a documentary coming
This
out.
is
You'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty big too.
So I'm actually super
Someone
curious
got
because
that.
you don't think I'm like a real person. Do you think I'm
No.
like you think I'm like American Psycho? Like I'm simply just not there.
I don't think there's anything nefarious about you. I think that the American Psycho guy, he would like, you know, like when he was like looking himself in the mirror while he was
Yeah.
having sex with that lady. And obviously, he killed people too.
Yeah.
I don't think that's you. I think that you're just a bundle of. What am I trying to say? I don't. I guess to answer my question, I don't think that you're
You're trying to say-
dangerous.
Yeah. You're just a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just.
You're like a ransom note, like different little letters and
Yeah.
clippings from stuff.
I met a girl recently. She's 24. Or
I think you get nervous, and I think you just say crazy shit as like a wall between you and whoever you're around.
Oh God,
You know?
that's a good one. I feel like that. I feel like you might have got me there.
Yeah.
I feel like that's pretty accurate.
No, I get it. Like when I don't like somebody, I push them away with like meanness. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, wow, you. I feel like you nailed me pretty good there.
Yeah.
I feel like, I just feel like I have a hard time communicating my things. I feel like I try to be myself. I feel like I'm a goddamn real human being. That's what I feel like people don't realize that I'm a person, you know?
Yeah.
So people are like, I love to pick at your brain sometime, or I love to like just live in your head for like 15 minutes. It's like, I don't know.
See, I would never say that.
No.
I don't want to live in your head for any amount of minutes, and I'm not interested in your brain.
No. Not until it's fully developed,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
maybe.
And then fuck. Let's
Your
fuck.
brain is like checking on something in the oven and be like, it's not right.
Yeah. That lasagna.
If
is
I
still
eat that,
mushy.
it's gonna make me sick.
Yeah.
Dude, no, I'm trying. I'm okay. Met this girl at work. I guess this is not funny. This is not a funny podcast, but, she is she's like she would be like funny, weird, like happy, like me. I feel like that's me, but she would also just randomly like test me for no reason.
Test you how?
I would get drinks for like a guest, and then she would just stand in front of me. Or like I would try to refill like a row of glasses, and then she'd just be like, "Throw it, do it."
Yeah.
And then I realized that's what I do. I'm just annoying.
Yeah.
I just like it kind of broke my mind. It was like, oh, she.
But I bet you're attracted to her, aren't you?
I'm attracted to all women as a
but,
heterosexual red-blooded male.
Mm-hmm.
She's like older than me.
Because
I don't know.
it's a funny feeling whenever you meet a girl that's kind of like you, that does like the shit that you do.
Yeah.
It's like meeting somebody charismatic. I'm like, oh, hello. I didn't know.
I like how you use that as a way to call yourself
Charismatic.
You know, like when you meet somebody who's just like you and they're funny and smart and interesting, and I'm like, oh, hey, same.
So is it? So it's interesting. You said you do like clinical research at a hospital. Do you mind if I talk about that? Should I cut this out? Or?
I don't really want to talk about work. I guess I'd be mortified
This
if
is-
anyone found this from there.
This is like
Do your
Joan-
coworkers know?
Not yet.
Not yet.
And they always find out. Though.
Yeah.
From every job I've ever worked, they always find out.
Yeah.
you have a
TikTok ruined it.
So this
for me.
is
Yeah.
but so the one I have is not this job because it says it's something different than you talked about before. Is the behavioral health? Is that?
I did that before, yeah.
Yeah, and then I have like a cute picture of you talking about how you're like a KC native and it's
Oh
you in
yeah,
the
that's
snow.
for my current job.
Oh,
if
I'm
it's
sorry.
what I think it is.
Okay, I'll stop. Okay, what's up? I mean, so your bit about you,
Dude. Let's go back to Bill's brain. Will said in the last pod, he said
What, Bill?
he said
You just leaned in like,
he said
What
he
is
doesn't
it?
think- he doesn't think Bill has whatever it is, whenever like a baby doesn't, if you take something out of a room, a baby doesn't know it exists
object
anymore.
permanence.
Yeah. Will said it.
I think
So
Bill has
said it.
object permanence, but with life lessons.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't learn, he doesn't
Oh.
gain wisdom. Like he just.
I want to be like if I could.
You have object permanence with mistakes and social cues.
I met a girl that was 20 years old, and I thought she was like 28, and I was like, then why is she talking to me like some sort of child? You know what I mean? And I think people think I'm mentally disabled or something, or black, or you know what I mean? Or like it's just.
All right, we're gonna figure out if you're jokeable or not. I'm gonna.
No, like people think a lot of things about me that like aren't true. He's like, man, like I just found out you were not black, and this guy's like, I'm disappointed. Like I was a little bit upset, man. You know, I hear that a lot.
I'll never forget when I found out you weren't black.
Yeah.
Which was the moment I laid eyes on you.
Really?
Why would anyone think you're black?
I used to have like an afro.
He's got curly hair.
And
I'm trying to see like the Jackson
Light
Mahomes thing is
guess.
like
Yeah.
he's a lighter guy in the first place, and long curly hair, flat topish, kind of makes sense, but
I could see it.
not nearly as thick as Bill though.
Yeah. You look 100% black.
thank you.
Do you tip?
Yes, I used to tell everybody in high school that I was black. Yeah, that was a bit I did on a bunch of white kids. I thought that was funny. It's a little bit weirder now, but it was funny at the time. It was funny that I could just lie about it and people would believe
Now,
me.
when you mean at the time, you mean like when you were in high school,
Yeah.
which
So-
was 6 months ago.
Yeah.
So 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
So I'm
a year ago.
I'm taking a double gap year, a gap 2 years. So it's been a while since I've been in high school.
When you met Bill's mom the first time you came over here, did she ask you about like what you do outside of comedy, like what your job is?
Yeah,
or
she asked me what my job was, and then she actually remembered one of my bits, or like one of like the topics of it about me being adopted. But yeah, she asked me what I did. And
She asked me what I did and asked if it took like a degree or not. And I think that what that is it's like she's trying to find out if like there's hope for her son. Like, oh, okay, if these weirdos can be doing stand up and have jobs that pay bills and stuff, well then there's hope for my son.
she's looking for a just a break of sunshine. Just hopefully that Bill can someday at least be on his own, kind of.
I don't need a caretaker. I work a job. I'm good at things.
Well, you were saying that people think you're mentally disabled.
Yeah.
So do you think you might need a caretaker?
They think that.
Yeah.
But which is nice because it gives me more avenues to work around in society. You know what I mean?
Say
I
the
get
R word.
like I no yeah like you know what I mean? Like I'm treated like I'm disabled, but so I get the handicap bathrooms. You know what I mean? You ever thought about that? It's like you get a little leeway since you're an R word. You know what I mean?
So are you upset about people thinking that you're either handicapped or not,
or black,
or are you black, or are you liking it?
I feel like it's weird because like I go to some places where it's like I probably shouldn't go out of my way to tell people I'm not black, or I am black. I should, or I feel like I should. I feel like it's weird that I have to say it, but it's. I don't know. You've made me a little bit self-conscious because you dug into my psyche enough. You put a chink in my armor, I guess, pun intended or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You said it, not
if you're black, it's not a pun. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Because I don't know. I think I like to think I'm being myself, but I'm also like joking around. I mean, should I be more sincere? This is a sincere podcast. This is where we believe in capitalism and talk about how Joker is morally ethical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm glad that made you happy, be saying that.
It just made me think of something Scarborough would say, which then made me realize that I'm doing your podcast before I've done his. He's asked me to do it like so many times, and I'm either busy or I don't feel like it.
Oh, which is a good.
So this is a coup.
This is a good bit because I asked him to come on. I texted him.
Yeah.
And he said, "Sorry, I'm busy."
Yeah.
I should text him back.
He had his art class, although it probably it's been over for a while now. So
he's probably
Rhino class.
He's probably washing the same shirt he wore today so he can wear it again tomorrow. That's what Aaron Scarborough does. I'm from the fucking worst. Okay, Ryan. I usually am more prepared, but I
No, you're not. Because you said that last time I was here. You said that exactly. That was like 2 weeks ago. So
okay.
I thought you were going to play a clip from the show that Steven and I used to do, but then you said you were going to do like that to me, and I was like, oh yeah, great.
Yeah.
But
and then we just watched 2 minutes of me doing stand up, and you were like, okay, well,
and just the opening too.
And it's just me making fun of somebody who's
material.
not here.
Yeah.
Your listeners don't know who that is.
I hardly know who it is.
No context at all. Just me making fun of my silly friend.
Okay. Before as of 2 weeks ago, I usually am prepared. I'm so sorry, Ryan. I'm a working man now, and I'm also trying to find the boyfriend-free girl. You know, you guys know Chris Chan. Do you know Chris Chan?
Chris Chan.
Yeah. So Chris Chan, this is good because this is like the internet culture that I'm really involved in. So this is the type of stuff
I'm glad I'm taking edible.
I'm getting into. So Chris Chan, so he's chugged the Modelo, drink the Modelo.
I don't want it.
Drink the Modelo.
Why do you want me to?
I just feel like you're being a bad guest right now, Ryan.
You're right. It's my fault for not cultivating a vibe.
Should have told you weeks ago to make sure the beer's in the fridge.
I should have said something. I should have said, hey, on the off chance you, a minor, are going to offer me a beer. It's actually kind of cute. Like, it's almost like if I imagine like a child sneaking a beer to offer their guest, I'm going to be cool and do that. But then they don't even they just leave it in their closet for like a month or something. I'm sorry, Bill. I didn't want it to be like this either.
Okay, I'm back. So Chris Chan, I feel like, has been going through it. So I'll try to give the short version. So he's this like autistic guy, and he would post these comics online called Sonichu, which is a mixture of Sonic and Pikachu. And basically all these things, everything that happened in real life, he'd like put into the comics. Like he got banned from his college because he was posting like papers around school that said like looking for like a boyfriend-free girl that like I really want to date, and then he would like put his like stats. You know what I mean? He's doing.
Why
like,
would that get him banned from college?
Because it's like
Probably has dick size on there. Or,
yeah, because you are
Or
allowed to like
acquiring.
solicit people. Yeah.
yeah, or acquiring.
Really?
Like weight.
That's solicitation, and that's enough to get kicked out of school.
Or something. It was like well, I think what happened is he wasn't allowed to do it, so he fought the principal.
Like they asked him not to, and then he was crazy about
Yeah.
it, so they kicked him out.
And then he made her into like a Soul Calibur 4 character and started like he made her into a fighting game character and like beat the shit out of her.
Wait. So hang on, is this the so there was a specific girl he was?
I don't remember what happened, but he was posting like papers about wanting a boyfriend-free girl, and they said he's not allowed to do it. And then he got banned.
Okay.
And then he got super upset at her, and like he drew comics about her being like an evil.
The principal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Evil woman, and he posted videos online about how, about like him beating her up in a fighting game, naming a fighting game character.
There it goes. Yep.
And I have to try to explain, but basically, people online like found this guy, and then like they would like pretend to be like a girl, and like try to like talk to him and like make him send like videos of like him like pretending to perform oral sex on him, and he's like autistic, but he also like he would. He's also this is really hard to tell. This is really I'm not a storyteller, but he's like homophobic and like and doesn't like understand why women always have boyfriends when they talk to him, and he hates pickles. That's like his deal. Like he hates the idea
Pickles.
of a pickle. I think he thinks pickles are gay because they're shaped like penises. But like every time
What about sliced pickles? How does he feel with those?
I don't know. I think
Yeah, if it's like on a hamburger.
Right.
but basically he would wear like a polo striped shirt and a Sonichu medallion. He made a medallion of Sonichu. This sounds fake, and I'm bad at telling stories, but he would wear that all the time, and he would like go around a mall like propositioning girls to like have sex with him.
Why are we talking about this? I just
I don't
realized
know.
I don't remember
I don't-
how this story started.
I don't. He said it started with they had
This
mashed
is-
up. He would
this
mash
is
up
a
comics.
friend of yours?
Pikachu and Sonic.
Yeah, but like, why did we even start talking about that?
This is a rough one for me. I'm not gonna lie. This is probably one of my lowest points, and if I
You've
while
gone at least
I'll-
25 hours on air.
I'll do you a favor right now.
What?
How's this?
What?
Ready?
What?
Just don't release it.
No,
don't
I
put
have
this
to.
out.
release
Just
it.
don't.
I have to. The last one with Hillary was actually really good. That's one?
Yeah, that's great.
No, I have to release it.
I wanted this to be good too.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it at 5, so I could have a little bit more time to prep stuff. But and then Mitchell said like have to do it at 4.
Yeah, Mitchell did say like let's do it earlier, and then he couldn't even do it. So that's fair. You're right.
And
well,
then,
what if we
Cut a bunch of stuff out and just talk comedy.
What if we? Does it have to be an hour?
Do we have to do this hour, Bill?
No, but what I'm asking
do-
is like if we just start over and do like a 15-minute one, you know, we can start fresh, and we'll act like that's cold, and
That I actually want to be here. I'll act like that.
we can pretend that we're having fun for 15 minutes.
okay.
I'm gonna go to the. Can I go to the bathroom? Can I use the restroom? Do you pause it, or maybe y'all can talk or something?
So, I
comics.
I bombed in Minneapolis when I went there like 6 months ago.
Yeah. Oh.
You know me. You know me.
Is this the new recording?
Um,
Is this who we
I
reintroduce ourselves?
I bombed just at a roast battle in Minneapolis, and
Why were you doing a roast battle in Minneapolis?
I was in Minneapolis. My friend got booked on that roast battle, and there's like a lottery spot, and I got in.
Oh, a lottery spot roast battle?
Yeah.
Who did you have to roast?
Another random person.
You guys had to roast each other with no time
no
ahead of time to write stuff?
Yeah.
So it had to just be on the fly, like this is what you look like or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. That would suck.
I just hugged the guy and then told everybody I'm gay, and I thought that was funny.
Yeah. And that bombed.
Believe it or not,
What did the other guy do?
I don't know. He just talked. We both talked, and then.
But did he make funny? Did he have jokes for you?
He tried.
Did he bomb also?
Yeah, it was. It's very sad.
Those road ones. Like if I was stopping in Oklahoma City on my way back to Texas, from Texas, stopped there that night to do a mic, bombed it, and I hated it. So I was so angry at myself because I was like, it sucks going out of town and then bombing. Like, oh, I prepared this entire night to do comedy. Then I eat a bag of dicks. And it's
I did the Comedy Corner open mic in Minneapolis. That didn't go poorly, but it was just I mean, I set up to fail. But I'm also I guess it's hard. But somebody called me like an entertaining car crash on that roast battle, and I was like, that's my life. I feel like, you know what I mean? That's where I'm headed. That's my
Yeah.
That's what this 20s, like the early 20s are, though. It's been an entertaining car crash for me. I literally had an entertaining car crash at one point. Like
literally?
Yeah, like I flipped a truck like 8 times. And I had to walk half a mile to get help because I was in the middle of Kansas.
Whoa.
It was pretty entertaining.
So you're saying that your set was like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did 8 flips.
Yeah.
Then I walked a half mile.
Well, a lottery spot for a roast show sounds like a stupid idea to me. So
Yeah.
it sounds like you weren't exactly set up for success. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't fail because it's ever my fault. I can't take responsibility for that.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Small Voice Podcast. This is Ryan Trickey, Fletcher. We're so happy to be here. Ryan's, you guys can't see, audio listeners, you can't see, but Ryan is drinking my beer right now, the beer that I gave him. Yeah, it's not true. By beer, I mean my penis. He's sucking my Long John Don Con. And he's doing it.
Are you going to the Mockingbird later?
I think I will.
I think so. Yeah, I think I'll probably leave from here.
Yeah.
A little early.
Yeah. I love the Mockingbird in the summertime.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's a good patio. It's a good time.
Young Thug ones at No Homo were smoking dicks out here.
That's pretty good.
Like joints the size of penises?
You think I don't think he's ever gonna get out of jail.
You think he'll be gayer in jail? I feel like it's a good time to come out in prison. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're in prison for life, you might as well. I mean, what are you waiting for? You know?
I feel like it's the same thing with comedy, you know? I feel like being gay is pretty cool. I think about it a lot, actually. I do a lot of, you know, my jokes, know my, gay sex stuff, you know? I like to think I talk about like 3 things. It's like murdering women, gay sex, or the N-word. That's like the big 3 for me.
Yeah. My topics against China are pretty good too. But I remember when I first started, I was gonna come in. I'm like, oh, black kid from the suburbs. They're not gonna hear anybody in like the scene. I don't know the scene, if there was a scene at that point. It's just starting, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna bring brand new ideas like Kansas City comedy. And then I meet Dorian right when I walk in the door, and
You met just a black guy, and you were like, fuck.
well, I met a black guy that lived 15 minutes away from me. He was black, gay, and like was already in debate and all this stuff, and he very close image of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys look so similar. I can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
so
the hair, maybe. Dorian's bald as fuck.
I know. I know Cole's cuss.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. So
Are you crying?
Do you want to sign this poster to prove that you did this?
I don't know. Yeah, I'll sign it.
I don't know.
Dude, what are you doing? Oh my god.
I keep sucking my thumb.
Yeah, dude, you're deep.
I've seen you put your. Is that like a coping mechanism?
You've been deep. Are
No, it's not a coping mechanism. It's a self-soothing
method?
Self-soothing right now. Is that what you're doing?
Bring you back to ground zero.
Bill, I don't know what you want from me.
Should you sign the poster, please? You're up there with Joe Nunnick, Aaron Naylor, Peyton Bissett, Cheryl Sullivan, Cole Fletcher,
Yeah. No, I know almost all these people.
BTK, as we had that signed. That I don't know why he signed it like that. But I also give out one of these bandanas to everyone that gets. Would you like it?
That's nice. Yeah, I do. Okay. I like smiley face stuff.
I think Cole didn't take his. I honest to God think.
I got mine, but we've heard to see the picture. I think I took it. I'm pretty sure
We did. I had to, I got to Photoshop him in. This is, I've grown as a man recently. Okay, I'm gonna be sincere.
Okay.
This is sincere. So, okay, for the last some minutes. So this is serious. Let's. So what do you want to ask? This is mask off. Okay? What's up?
Wait, you want me to just ask you a question?
And I'll be sincere, and I'll be like sincere.
Have you ever gone to a psychiatrist?
Yes.
Were you ever diagnosed with anything?
Maybe.
I don't even necessarily need to know that. I'll be honest. I don't think you should feel like you have to disclose that if you don't want to.
I can.
I'm not even talking about stuff like that. I'm talking about like.
Where were you on 9/11?
My father.
He's trying. He's trying.
Did I?
It's an uphill battle.
Did I break you?
No, not at all. I'm you know what it is anything that I'm a part of, I like it to be good. So when it isn't, I feel like I failed. So that's all. But it'll be okay.
Yeah.
I hope my girlfriend's mom doesn't watch this.
I
think that she looks at all my stuff online.
Honestly, half the stuff like the podcasts I've done is like, wow, this was terrible. And I listen to it and I go, oh, I guess it wasn't that bad.
But this one you'll be like, this
Of course, this one.
So I mean what sincerity? I like sincerity. I appreciate sincerity a lot. Mm-hmm. I just feel like it's rejected more times than not. It puts you
around comics probably.
Putting yourself out there is a vulnerable spot, and you're leaving yourself open to be criticized, which is hard. And so then what some people do is that rather than open themselves up to that stuff, that they close themselves off in a shell of bit irony. And
stay close attention.
Hypothetically speaking.
They don't actually release anything. They just use as a shield.
Well, so here's the thing is like, if I go on my way to say nice things to people, right? Don't think it's weird. But if I make it sound like a joke, it's still a bit weird, but then it's kind of funny and nice. You know what I mean? It walks the line.
I get it. Kind of like the time I told you didn't do as bad as I thought you would do. It sounds like, according to your own logic, that was me trying to be nice while also trying to be funny, because I was like, whoa, sorry.
Yeah, but this,
maybe
your performance.
The darkest truth that we're uncovering is that you and I aren't so dissimilar.
You and I. Yeah. we aren't so dissimilar, you and I. You know what I mean?
Can I?
Do you go to therapy?
Not currently.
Huh?
Not currently. Not currently. I don't go to therapy.
Instead, you started a podcast.
And do comedy. Okay. we left for a second. Now we're back.
Bill, thank you again for having me. If any of your listeners would like to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram handle is Trickey Comedy, Trickey with an EY. And then they can also check out my show that I co-produce with Aaron Scarborough here in Kansas City at The Rhino, usually every fourth Saturday of the month. The next one is August 27th. So
There we go.
please, and then the one after that is September 24th. So definitely check those showcases out.
I'm not getting booked on that. Just after what
Did
just
you just
happened.
try to grab my leg?
Yeah, that's not happening.
And then at Cole_Fletcher 21 on all social platforms. I have nothing to book. So
I'm doing DR September 6th.
yeah. Are you doing the host battle?
Oh, shit. It is the last day
Submit
to
for that.
turn that in. So I will. I plan to. Yeah. Then I don't know. I'm sorry.
I made you a little crazy.
I
And that's not what I wanted.
I don't know, man. Yeah, that was. I don't know. I feel like I'm always always that way. That's what I've been wanting to do with my comedy.
What do you mean?
I want to make weird normal weird.
Like alt comedy, kind of like weird, kind of non sequiturs and things like that.
Well, I think that like a lot of parts of our language are like useless or not as functional as we'd like them to be. There's a lot of rituals in communication, and violating those does nothing to impact the meaningfulness of the words you say, but just violating the ritual.
I bought a book years ago about the psychology of humor, and the dudes in the book, the scientists who study it, call it benign violation theory, and that's how they break down what's funny and not.
It's not.
It's
not
a
hurting.
violation of a norm or what something is okay, but it's benign. It's not like actually dangerous.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good way to
And
put
they
it.
bring up tickling as an example. If your friend or loved one tickles you, it's a benign violation. But if a stranger tickles you, it's just a violation.
Yeah.
As like an example.
That's a good
yeah.
example because I went to this Asian artist social meetup. And I keep telling people like, even though they're Asian and like American, they're still like normal people, and like I'm not one of those people. So I was like,
You are Asian and you are American, but you're not normal.
yeah,
But it's not because you're
He's
Asian
Asian
American.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was the discovery I made upon going to that. And also, the girl I was seeing at that time didn't really want to hang out with me. She kind of invited me to it and then kind of didn't join.
She invited you to this thing, but she didn't show up, or she left?
She invited me to it, and then didn't come. Didn't like tell me what time she was coming. I assumed she'd come when it started, but she didn't come that time. She came like an hour and a half later, like with another friend, and then she left early.
This was like a dating app thing?
No, this was like I met her on the street.
What?
I did canvassing, and turns out standing on the street talking to people, good way to meet girls.
Wow.
I think she was a very beautiful Asian girl, but I think she was like 24. I don't think I ever said my age
That's how this started. Earlier, Bill was talking to me, and he was like, "Yeah, a lady at work said that I was cute or something like that."
Yeah.
He said a 25-year-old lady said I was cute. And I was like,
Yeah.
"Well, what do you care? You're in like your early 20s."
Yeah,
he
exactly.
was like, "I am not in my early 20s." And I was like, "Oh."
But it's
So,
always
so you meant like an older woman called you cute or something,
Yeah, I guess that's what.
but I didn't understand that that's what you were saying.
older. Yeah.
yeah,
But
I'm
it's
Do
always
older
the best,
women
though.
like you? Do older women like? Do you find that that's like often who your demo is?
yeah, because
Like they just want to cradle you and just tell you it's going to be okay or
I
something?
could see that. I could see
Mr.
there being.
They have some empty nest syndrome.
Yeah,
perhaps,
their
and then
kids
they look
just
at
moved
you and
away.
they're like, I could swaddle him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you're
Yeah,
still you could drive over there. They don't have to transport Bill, but like you can come over and they can just
Yeah.
kind of hold him if they,
Mhm.
if they need.
Mr. Redpath said I'm a
Listing.
good cub. Like I'd be a good cub to a cougar. You know what I mean?
I think of you in a similar way, but instead of a cub cougar thing, I think of you as like one of the baby kangaroos that fits
The
within the pouch. Yeah.
Yes.
And they just look at you and they just want to pick you up and put them in their pouch, which
I've-
is sexual.
I've dated a lot of women where they're like I don't know why all the powers like in their hands. I've noticed. My first real girlfriend was like a 6'1" volleyball player.
That's cool.
A
I like
6'1"
I like tall
volleyball
girls too.
player?
I like tall girls.
And then the girl I ever saw for months on end before that, not really officially dated, but she was like an 18-year-old, and I was like 15, and it's always been like stuff like that, power differential.
Women having power over you.
You know what I mean?
To be fair, most people have power over you. I think
Yeah.
that's
And it really
It's not
depends
really
on
fair
like
to-
those spots where they have power at. Like
situationally, like status. or
yeah,
something
like if you and that volleyball girl walk into a gym, yeah, she's gonna have more power over you there. But
It's just, a volleyball player would have more power over you in a volleyball court,
Yes.
for example.
but if you were to bring her to a comedy club or a canvas painting, you would have more power over her probably.
Yeah.
Well, it's
So-
my brain. You know what I mean? I could outsmart the gorilla women.
I just
that
thought
I
it would be
date.
funny to be holding this, but now I'm just uncomfortable.
Yeah, I gave that to Bill.
It's an airsoft gun.
Yeah,
Like,
and
it's like
I
a
felt
pellet
it's because
gun.
I felt bad because I wouldn't buy him a fake ID.
Right.
He
I was at Nut and it was like all the comics and I was like, all right, show of hands, how many of you think I shouldn't buy Bill a fake ID? And all of them cheered. They're like, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right.
No, you probably shouldn't.
Brock, sure. Somebody else younger, sure.
I don't
Bill,
know.
So your problem isn't the legality of it; it's the bill part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they might do with it.
I'm not
Right, because it's not that they'll buy drinks with it.
No.
They'll use it to like buy a gun or register to vote.
Something
or
crazy.
Register to
Yeah.
enlist or something.
something
bad.
Yeah, something that you should not be
Yeah,
doing.
Sign petitions. Any of it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I met these two hot biddies signing getting petitions. One of them was like a 20-year-old, like she worked at the DMV. Beautiful, like she had the same skin color I did. And
Is that important to you?
it was just interesting. And then she was just like, I'm working a lot right now. And I don't think I have time to be spending it with anybody. So
Sure.
I'm done with this fling right now. Bye. I was like, best wishes.
Wait, that was during the initial conversation they said that to you, or this was like a texting thing later on?
Like you had gotten their
It's
number.
it was later
Oh,
on,
yeah.
after a date where we had
Wow.
an intimate, like
Relations.
cuddled, kissed. Yeah, it was cute.
How do you ask for numbers? Do you do it through over the internet or do you do it in person?
Hey, can I have your number?
Are you most likely if you see a pretty girl, do you try to find her on Instagram later or do you
Always
approach her
rather
there?
in person.
Yeah, that's
Instagram. You like the thing with Instagram is like they can never see how you're approaching it.
Yeah.
But in person, they can be like, "Oh, this guy's just like enthusiastic, happy. He loves people.
Yeah.
He likes me. He wants to talk."
I'm always curious because like the older generations are always like, oh, they don't even talk. Like you don't even know what it's like walking up to a girl and talking to her, and like they think we all just text people through Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and that's how we get numbers.
I think
It's
the
like,
hardest part at least for me, and I think for a lot of us, is like initiating conversation. Like, how do you like approach somebody and start talking with it being like natural and comfortable and cool and stuff, without it being like obvious that you're just a creep wanting to get their number or something.
Yeah.
So like, I think that like canvassing could be a good way to get your foot in the, like, here's my reason for talking to you.
Yeah.
And then along the way, if you're enjoying talking to each other, then you can ask for their phone numbers.
And then you go, I'm a stand-up comedian. They're like, oh, you know what I mean?
Now, when you canvass, you're canvassing for like a specific political purpose.
Yes.
What if this was what if like you got?
Oh, I thought you were talking about painting.
You thought
You were talking about painting canvases this whole time?
I thought he was talking about like there was a class and it was on the sidewalk like
No.
in public and like they were drawing on
yeah.
canvases and but okay, sorry.
That's awesome.
Continue,
But I love the idea of like, what if you? Okay, I'm canvassing for. Let's say I'm canvassing for pro-life, anti-abortion, right?
Yeah.
And I'm out there and I'm talking to people. But what if I'm a dick about it? And what if I'm creepy and
Yeah.
weird?
Yeah.
And I trick people into going over to the other side.
Right. Jeremiah 29 says this, and this. You're all sinners.
It's more than just canvassing like, hey, I'm good, come over to my side. What if you pretend to be the other side? You straw man yourself for the other side.
People do that.
Oh, to make yourself seem
Yes.
crazy, and so it's like, don't join this. This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
People-
What if you, throughout trying to date these people, convinced that like, this guy was not a great guy for me, so I'm not even gonna be into the stance he took.
Yeah, these people they don't support ranked choice voting or marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
I literally think one of those girls was a dealer.
Oh wow.
She's like, cause she's talking about how she has like a side job and how she smokes a lot of weed, and I was like, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
She's from Chicago.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, if she listens to the podcast, what's up? You're super cool. I'm sorry I didn't respond to you, but you
didn't respond to her?
Yeah, isn't that crazy when you find out like Bill has like he'll turn down something?
What made you want to not respond to her? She's not listening.
She wasn't. It didn't seem like she was very enthusiastic about talking or hanging out. I mean, she would talk.
Yeah.
She would talk just to hang out, and then even we hung out a few times, and I was like, I think we're having a good time.
Yeah, but you don't want to. After like once or twice, you should know like whether or not if there's chemistry or whatever.
I knew,
So,
I knew the first
she
day with
seems-
my lady. I was like, this is.
She seems
Right.
like a sweet gal. She seems like a sweet gal, but she always wanted to like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I guess it never hit right or
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, I think we hung out a couple times. We got dinner. That was nice. It was nice. It wasn't like great, but it was nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we hung out the second time. It was nice. It was nice. It wasn't great. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like she seems like a sweet gal. Wish her the best. But like when she did that thing where she invited me to the Asian American thing.
Oh, this was that person.
Yeah. And then I was just
She
like,
was trying to introduce you to other people, so she didn't have to hang out with you anymore. Either.
true. She was the only Asian girl there who like didn't wear a fuck ton of makeup, which I thought was interesting. She is
Do you have
pretty.
anything against makeup?
I don't know. I just think it's I respect the attitude to be like, oh, these girls are trying to look super nice, and I'm gonna come up in pajamas and no makeup, and she is like genuinely pretty. So you know what I mean.
That's what you're saying.
And then she was like, oh, I'm sorry that I kind of flaked on you with that thing. It's like, do you want to go to something else? And I sent her a thing, and then I was like, hey, come to this. And then she's like, she didn't come to it. And then I was like, and then she like messaged me like, sorry. And then I was like, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those girls are really cute. I met them canvassing. I mean, with the first girl, the girl that said, oh, I don't want to fling right now. I was just like, hey, I'm planning to quit this job because she worked at the DMV I would canvass at a lot. So I was like, hey, I'm going to quit this job. Like, can I have your snap? And she's like, you want my snap? You know, girls, they're just like, oh my God. And then she's like, I love Asian food. She's like, I'm trying to learn how to cook rice.
She said that to you, like trying to like,
trying to relate.
like it. Yeah, that's a good move.
Yeah, if I give a girl my phone number and she's like, I love fried chicken, I would lose it.
She was black.
If I give a woman my number and she's like, I love storming the Capitol. I love trying to overturn a legitimate election.
Is my favorite
Yeah.
part of history.
Yeah.
She no, I gave her drugs. Somebody gave me like a special cart from Denver. Like, hey man, like try out this like cart. I just got it from Denver. It's super cool. And I was like, I don't have anything for it, so I just gave it to this girl I'm seeing. It was a vape cart. Sure, she loved that. And then I gave her Asian food, and then I never saw her again.
Dang.
I mean, it's
well,
cool.
maybe that cart killed her.
Nah, because I still see her on Snapchat. I have all the girls I've talked to on
Those carts
Snapchat.
are different. I mean, you got to believe that they're. Some of them come with QR codes and now, but like, I guess you lived in Denver. Do you smoke at all or?
Not really.
No. It's
not really my cup
It's a
of tea.
scary time. I do know somebody that got hurt had to go to the hospital for a oil cap cart, and
Brittany Griner.
no, she's in jail.
I do like the idea of him possibly trying to protect this person's identity and be like, I know someone who actually went to the hospital, and you're like, oh, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then you then being like, no, that person's incarcerated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, those carts can be tricky sometimes. Sorry.
I bought like a Delta 8 cartridge the other day. It's crazy. It's just like you can buy them. It's like weed is legal. It was nice. It was like drinking a warm beer on a cold day.
Nobody. Did I hear you say earlier that, like, because I asked you, why did you try to serve me a warm bottle of beer? And your response was, oh, do you prefer them cold?
Did someone
Like,
else?
am I, well, like, it makes me feel like, am I crazy? Like, do you know a lot of people who prefer, because I know that people are like that with water.
Yeah.
They like
There's people-
lukewarm,
yeah.
room temperature water.
Yeah.
As opposed to ice cold water.
But I've been a bartender for about 2 years now.
You've been a bartender for 2 years.
Never
How many times has someone come in and says, where are your warm beers?
I would say maybe once if it was an underage kid. And he was looking for
It's
something
fun.
to throw.
So you're saying underage kids
Love
have this idea about what beer
warm
could
beer.
be.
Yeah. No, I've never seen anyone ask me for warm beer, beer with ice, or a straw in a beer. It's never happened.
Straw with a beer. That's
Yeah.
so, yeah. Why is that weird? It
Yeah.
is weird. But why is that so
Why is it
gross to
weird?
even think about?
I don't know. I kind of want to try
Because you don't get the full flavor of the beer if it's not like throughout your mouth. Does that make sense?
it. Yeah.
Because I've been drinking a lot of milk recently, and it's not as good with just the straw.
Do you drink your milk cold? Even that's not a good comparison. Some people drink warm milk to
Yeah.
go to bed or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
That's like a thing, right?
Warm soda.
So-
No one drinks warm soda.
so
No one's
this-
like,
Warm
"Oh,
soda.
I
So-
want warm
No,
soda.
warm
Yeah.
soda.
So maybe this is just a benign violation. That really
This is not a benign. This is a. What's the
strict.
opposite of this? Is a malignant violation.
Yeah.
it's a tumorous way of.
It's a
drinking
funny.
beer.
It's a funny way to fuck with somebody, like to fake hospitality, like an act of kindness that's perverse, and so it takes away. That's pretty funny actually.
Yeah, I mean, I am pretty funny. Thank you.
I like the idea of trying to be nice, but it's just a guise for. I did that. My friend Jeff Nelson, who we looked at in the other thing that hopefully no one ever sees. I called him the other day, and he was like, "What?" Because that's how we just answer the phone. And I was like, "Hey man, I was just checking on. I just wanted to check on you because I know that you're probably going through a lot.
Yeah.
Like just like I'm guessing that you're having a hard time, so I wanted to check on you."
It's got to be
So-
hard being you.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Do you ever call people like? Do you ever call people on a podcast? Did you ever do that on Sound and Destroy?
On Set to Destroy?
Set to Destroy.
No, I don't think we ever called anybody. But we did it live for a lot of it. So if people were watching, they could like type a thing, and then we would pull their comment up and stuff.
That's good.
Yeah, I've been calling people for some reason. I don't know. I just
When did
think
you guys
it's
stop?
Interesting.
We
podcast.
ran out of a steady supply of people who could do it, who also had clips. We would have people say they want to do it, but they didn't have clips.
Yeah, they're too early on, or like didn't have a clip, or
just couldn't find one. A few people just flat out said no, like they didn't want to do it, which is fine, of course. But we just ran out of and then also like we did it during the pandemic when we couldn't really go to mics and stuff, and then also around the same time. We ran out of a steady supply of people.
Yeah.
We just had other stuff going on. Like shows were opening back up, mics were opening back up. I was in Denver, he was in Kansas City, and we just were busy. So he wants to bring it back actually.
Yeah.
He was just talking to me about that. I don't know if we will or not, but we'll see.
Entertaining. It's great. I love comedy.
We'd have to change the format up a little bit to keep it from running into the same problem of like running out of people with clips and stuff. So, but I don't dislike the idea of doing it, but we'd have to change it.
Yeah.
How about I do it? You just do like a regular podcast, regular Set to Destroy podcast, but instead of like their first video, you send them the address of the house they used to live in when they were with their parents.
Yeah.
And read it off at the very top of the podcast.
and yeah.
All right, first question. Do you live at 1017 Northwest?
And
that is pretty funny. That's pretty fucked up though. Like, and actually, you gotta understand, like, you do how that could have cultivated a vibe that may not have been conducive to
a guest.
Yeah.
Like,
Doxxing and warm beer, which is the name of the podcast. What is the name of this podcast?
Doxxing.
It's called Bill Bennett's podcast.
Call it Doxxing and warm beer. That's what it should be called.
Small boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, small. Oh. That's me in the middle. That's you. And then who's that? Is that Cole in this case?
That's
add-on.
The multiple.
One of your many co-hosts that for some reason quit.
Yeah.
I wonder why now.
Yeah.
It's like having a co-host is like it's like having a girlfriend. You can't get it longer than 3 months. I'll be honest.
Right. Your co-hosts are always like, you know what? I'm just not in the mood for a fling right now.
Yeah.
I just can't.
I got a lot of
just too
work going
busy.
on.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
I'm on my period.
Like I'm just too busy like booking shows. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
all my co-hosts. They're hyper popular. You know what I mean?
Did you really do a show at a strip club recently in Wichita?
Yeah.
So you were like on the stage that erotic dancers are normally on, but
Yeah.
you were telling jokes?
Yes.
That sounds cool. I'm jealous.
That sounds wild. I've never done that before.
I would love to do a strip club.
I've certainly heard of people doing that,
I love
but
dark,
I've never. So you did that in
rooms are
Wichita?
my favorite.
Motherfucker, it's real. Guess what? Hey,
I've done so many like
Wow.
open mics and like shows in rooms with,
Right
like,
next to the pole and everything. Have you seen this picture?
No.
yeah.
We'll throw it up
Yeah,
there
that's
for
sweet.
you fans.
I'll edit in. I'll
Yeah,
figure
we'll
it.
edit it in right now. Perfect.
Okay, I'll have
That's
to do
sick.
that later. And then
cool.
you see the lady in the bottom right. She's so happy.
Yeah.
She's so
Who
happy.
is that?
I don't know, just some random
Just some
lady. And then
Okay.
I have a picture of the strippers.
Who?
They let me take it. They're doing a lap dance around a
Did you,
lady.
did you get any dances?
I was gonna say I don't think that's you in that picture, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, so that's just
Wichita.
a picture of some strippers. That
Yeah.
you just
And
felt
then like
you
my
should
buddies
show
are
us.
always like, "Oh, let's go to strip club." And we start talking about strip clubs and how like which one was the worst and which one was like goofy here. And if you really think about it, if you're outside perspective, say you live in New Hampshire or you live in LA, you're going to a Wichita strip club, like that's what you're getting into. You're getting into a middle America
right.
strip club.
A Wichita strip club has certain connotations to
Yeah.
it that are not good.
Right. Even a Kansas City strip club. that
Man,
Never. I've never been to a strip club.
Never?
No,
What?
never really.
Ryan, I'm glad to have. It's nice to know that I have certain like career milestones in comedy that you
That
just
I have not had.
Yeah.
I've never performed at a strip club.
Wow.
So Bill
One up and
has done that, and I have not done it.
I had one of the dancers like talk to me like, "Oh my god, like you should come see more of our shows, like, or I should come to see one of yours." I was like, I don't know. What does that mean? Does that mean
Well, if she wants you to come back to where she works to give her more money, that's one thing. But if she wants to come see another one of your shows, that's great. That's a fan. Does she follow
fan?
you?
I didn't know. I feel weird because it's like a stage name. I don't know. I guess she probably has like a public Snapchat or like she has like a stage. I don't know. I've never interacted with a stripper. I guess like I've interacted with online sex workers, but like not like in person. People who do that, like local sex workers.
Well, not all strippers are sex workers.
Oh, that's not the
So-
same thing. That's not the same.
No,
thing?
I don't think so.
I don't think no.
Is OnlyFans not considered sex work?
It's
I think it is. I mean, if you want to create rage, we can say no, but I think there's arguments that there is.
when I think of sex work, I think of being paid to have sex with somebody,
Yeah.
or a variation of that concept.
Yeah.
I think
So, but if we're talking about like, is it in the ballpark of that, which you could argue stripping is, and you
Yeah.
could argue OnlyFans stuff
Because
is.
because the thing is, I can pay for a video to watch you jerk off. That's what that's what some of the interactions are. It's like I will like a girl will have
That's a transaction that's based around sex, so that could be seen as sex work.
Yeah.
Well,
So
but-
yeah, sure. I guess like I just need somebody to tell me what the semantics are.
yeah.
So it can be, sure, yeah.
I mean, that's what I was saying. Yeah, I mean, she said, like, "Oh, I'd love to see one of your shows." I don't know if like this stripper was hitting on me or had like I don't know, because I just feel bad because it's like Western Kansas. This guy was telling me like there's like a huge opioid problem there.
Mm-hmm.
The girl seemed kind of loopy at the time. She thought I was like,
Oh, you actually thought they were all.
I don't know,
Your
just
mom tells you that people are doing drugs.
just-
and you're like, oh, you guys are all
just
on drugs?
just that girl. She seemed super loopy. Like her bra kind of fell off when she was dancing.
Maybe
She's
she
pretty
was
cute though.
A little bit off the hooch, you know,
You're saying that the stripper's bra fell off while they were dancing?
because
Yeah.
of opioids.
Do you think maybe
That's a good
No,
point.
it was not like it. There was a nip slip, but like she didn't like fix it.
Yeah. This is improv. You
Yeah.
know, just roll with it.
That was nice. I feel bad. Like, I feel bad. I feel
How did
bad.
you get that show?
I'm pretty.
That's how I would react if he was on any show.
Yeah.
How did you get booked?
How did you?
because
yeah,
it's crazy. It feels like people respect me out of state more than into state.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Is
I
that-
liked you more when I was out of state.
Yeah.
So I get it. Or respect. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Respect.
You do get different treatment from other comics out when you're new there or just stopping in
Mhm.
for a second because they haven't seen you on a day to day like open mic. Just watched you just eat a dick for.
well,
The
I'm-
mystique
so-
is lost.
Yeah.
I'm also
Repeated viewing.
really
Yeah.
funny.
Mm.
Okay. I'm funny. I'm funny. I'm going to Denver. I didn't. You know that? I said I would go to Denver. I'm trying to like follow through on things that I say. I went to Wichita, which I said I would do, and I'm going to Denver next. It was like Wichita was a good like training practice because I didn't prepare for shit in that. I slept in dress shoes, and now I have blisters all over my feet. So
You sleep
Did
in your
this
car?
just happen, this show?
yeah.
When was it? Sorry.
Are you wanna tingle my Wichita connections to perform at the strip club?
Right. I'm hitting you up for like, hey, who books that? I was just curious, like, when was that?
Oh, it was last Friday.
Oh, so this just happened.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Should I drive back to Wichita to hit up that
You should
stripper?
move to Wichita.
No.
You could become the guy in Wichita,
Wichita.
and you could go to that strip club all the time, and then they could be your fans, and then you do a show places. You could be the MC at the strip club.
Yeah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for? And then
Brandy.
I think I gave
Make
up
sure
on.
you tip our big bills.
I think I gave up on hosting.
That's what they call him, Big Bill.
Big Bill. Oh,
Bill.
there we go. Yeah.
I think I gave up on
This
hosting.
Bill loves bills.
You've given up on hosting.
I think I have like reverse charisma. I think like
Yeah.
I think my career.
Your charisma is so bad. It's like a black hole that sucks in charisma that's nearby.
It sucks on all like energy that's been created.
Yeah.
It just I feel like the only time I'm likable when it's like I'm so unlikable that it's like understanding. It's like it's very easily understood that I'm unlikable. You know what I mean?
People don't like you, but they sympathize with you.
yeah.
Right.
I have reverse charisma. That's what I feel like.
Reverse charisma is good. That's funny.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's. And then I don't know. I just given up on hosting. It's just like I had Mitchell offer me a hosting spot at the Mockingbird. This was like months ago, and then he texted me, "Never mind." He said, "Hey, like me and Dustin are busy. Like, hey, would you mind hosting?" I was doing the podcast at the moment, so I responded like 30 minutes later. It was like around this time, like 3:00, and then he's like, "Never mind."
I think he. I think
Well,
he
could he
mentioned
have
the
just
same
found
thing.
someone
I think
else?
that Mitch did that to me as well. So
If you didn't message him back within 30 minutes, he
They're just
probably
trying
just
to find
found
a host.
someone else. Like
Yeah.
he probably messaged several people, and whoever got back to them first, they probably.
Yeah,
gave
and
it
then
to
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's up with my comedy career. I feel like I'm funny. I like my
You're
jokes.
only what? You're a
All
year
right,
in.
please don't point me at that while you're lamenting your comedy.
You're a year.
You're
in.
very funny. You're the funniest.
You're,
I just miss my family.
You're a year in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it's like
So
I'm not
it's-
doing these like. I know the thing is to do is to like network, like start your own show, host that, and then that's what
That's what they say, but it's a lot of work to run your own show.
I'm trying to. It is a lot of
It's
work.
a lot of shit you gotta do.
Yeah,
It's tough.
Yeah,
It's not-
I was so
it's-
happy. I sold 100 tickets for Valentine's Day show. So happy, and I got 100 people. I got to perform in front of like, at least 100 people. But then there was running the show around 100 people, and like running the door, helping the bar, hooking the comics up, like making sure everyone was fine, was a pain. But I hope a lot of these young guys do so because everyone's like, oh man, I need to work out because a lot of them have 5 minutes, 3 minutes. Need to get everybody to like 10-minute stages.
It needs to happen.
'Cause
It needs to. Like people need to be running shows. So
It would be great if some of the newer comics in the scene started their own show. That would be
trying-
super cool.
I'm trying to get them to do that. I don't know. I feel
Them,
like
I'm trying. Yeah.
you.
It goes for all.
You're
of us.
one of them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the other
I miss
young
this
comics
show.
to do it. I'm trying to like yell at them to do it, but
You know who has a fucking fun? I did it last night. Brandon Bulkley's backyard show. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Or side yard is what
Yeah.
you're calling it. But
In that
turned out
suburb.
to be really fun. It's just in at his house
Yeah.
in Overland Park, and like there must have been
Love it.
25
Yeah.
audience members in the side of his house,
Good.
and they were like a fun crowd, and it was fun and stuff.
Yeah, I heard that show's really great.
Yeah. Even though we were outside in the middle of this neighborhood at
yeah.
night, we still had a microphone. We were still yelling all kinds of nonsense. But yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good reviews from
I've
there.
heard good things about that. I don't know. It feels like I feel like I try really hard. I feel like I get a lot of mixed signals. I can't tell if people are blowing smoke on my ass or shooting at me because it's funny. And I can't tell if I don't know. I just want to get some more different eyes on my stuff. Like I'm proud of the stuff I'm doing, and I'm also feel like that it's not even just comics. I feel like are seeing my stuff. It's like some of these mics. It's just I feel like it's the same audience members seeing my stuff. And if
Yeah.
I'm doing like 5 mics a week. I was doing 5 mics a week for like a long time, and then I just feel like it's not as productive as it used to be, especially for me, because I need more time
Yeah.
to write.
There's spurts of growth for sure. I mean, Tricky can talk about it more than I probably can, but there's definitely times where you're doing it and you're like, I thought I was supposed to this is supposed to help out a lot, but sometimes it's like, I just need to write more and then do those 5 mics a week and take maybe 2 days to actually.
I think that doing it begets doing it. I think that like as you do it a lot, it makes you think of stuff more often, and it makes you want to write more because you're going to these mics, and part of the motivator to get up is to do this new shit you thought of. And if you're going out, you're thinking about, your brain is thinking of jokes passively all day if you do stand up all the time. And so that helps you come up with those ideas in the first place, and then also it motivates you to sit and write, I think. Whereas if you don't go on stage, you're not thinking that way, and it doesn't motivate you to write because why? Who cares? Like, there's not the pressure to.
Yeah.
So I think that like doing one leads to the other a lot of the time.
I think that is true, but I got to a point where it's like I was so burnt out that I didn't get time to write. And my motivation for doing comedy is I made this thing I want to share with people and make them see the way I do, like make them happy.
You're still pointing that at me, by the way.
Sorry, it's subconscious. It's not intentional. I don't trust you.
Why not?
It's not a real gun. Right?
So
No.
I just feel like
You can have it?
Why could I play with it?
Why
but
can't
he
I have
couldn't?
it?
I don't know. I just feel like I feel attached to this gun right now.
Okay, fine.
I demonstrated trigger consciousness too, by the way. Trigger discipline. I didn't have my finger on the trigger and I didn't point it at anyone.
There we go.
I kind of like
You ever shot a gun?
I feel like it's just another.
I went shooting once. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a benign violation if I just, it's not gonna hurt anybody.
Again, I think if you point a gun at someone, it's not a benign violation.
I like this term. I'm gonna start using it more.
Yeah. Give it a Google.
Violation.
The name of the book was called The Humor Code.
Yeah.
It was kind of corny,
I'm like a robot.
but it was kind of interesting.
Well, the thing is, it's like I feel like the stuff I do is so intentionally like unhinged. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's so it's. I don't know. I don't think doing it begets doing it because doing it has made me burnt out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that sometimes that'll just happen. But like, if you're feeling burnt out about anything, then what does that mean exactly?
But it's like I went to Wichita, I did comedy there, and I felt like it was, even if it was just like one show and then talking with other comedians, and I was gonna go to open mic afterwards, but I don't know what happened with that, but it was so like mentally refreshing
Mm-hmm.
and mentally refreshing. It kind of gave me, like this is what I need to do next. Now I kind of want like cut certain things and then looking at the recording, I looked at the recording. It was it wasn't like a comedy audience, but it was like, I was looking at the recording and like for example, that lady looking back, smiling at the camera, like she would like I would tell a joke and then she would like look back and smile. They wouldn't. It was just a weird crowd.
Yeah.
But I think I did what.
There's definitely those times where like.
But that being refreshing means that like it was. So it's not that you're telling the same jokes because they were the same jokes. It was just you were in front of people you knew hadn't heard them. So it sounds to me like you're just feeling self-conscious about doing bits in front of like what you perceive as people who like have heard them already. But like, dude, you could perform for me like 20 different times and I may not remember your shit. Like I'm too busy, but that's not like because fuck you. It's just because like I'm thinking about my own stuff.
Yeah.
I'm in and out of the room. I'm looking at my phone, looking at my own bit. Like it's just, and also if Cole goes up and does a bit that I've heard before, I don't necessarily judge him for it. I think practicing your bits is a good idea.
Yeah.
Doing them at mics and shaving parts off and fixing things and you do that at mics, right?
It's the best part.
And having new stuff's great, but like, it's not always going to be brand new stuff. Yeah. And it shouldn't always be brand new stuff.
I just feel like it isn't productive as I'd like it to be. And I know, I just feel like it just feels like it feels like I'm banging my head into a wall wanting to make it stronger. But I don't know, like just having different like mental stimuli of being around different people. I don't know. It kind of hit different. It made working more fun because I was in a different place, but now I'm here. It makes the home feel different. Does that make sense?
Definitely. What I'm trying to say, definitely keep trying to do it in other places. Like I'm not telling you to not go to other places and do it also, because that's great. But like, yeah, man, I think like, as far as just doing it here and doing it as often as you can, I think it just helps you become more comfortable,
Sure.
Like when you're like hanging out with friends and you're like naturally funny, that's because you're like really comfortable in that situation. So you're trying to like, I don't know. Are you ever comfortable? Is this like Greek what I'm speaking about?
I was saying,
and I just saw that I might as well start speaking Spanish.
I said I'm not like naturally funny. I'm kidding. Sort of,
well,
I guess.
I don't know.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm plateauing and I'm trying to find resolutions. I feel like I'm plateauing either, and I feel like it's really refreshing that like every night my goal doesn't have to be let's go to this open mic, Yeah. Because I feel like that's not as productive. I need to like sit down, write, and then like show it to different people, and then kind of like improve the metal. I feel like, I mean, doing open mics is good. It's not exactly the same people, but I'm just trying to explain why I felt burnt out, why I stagnated.
Yeah.
Well, setting goals is good. Trying to do other stuff is good. And if that's what you need, then that's what you need.
I set a goal for this summer that I was going to write a new 5 minutes that works well. It does great in most places I can do. I can at least add it to my set. And I did that way too fast. I got it out the way. And then now I've just been bombing ever since. Like I've been bombing for a while now. That I've just been, because I was like, I got I got another 5 minutes. Now I had to work on everything else that wasn't that set, and now I'm just. I'm out in the open trying to.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Grab for things.
I don't know. I'm just like a big thing about also is making the jokes and then like organizing them feels like another like challenge completely. It's like half and half.
Organizing them like in what order am I gonna do this shit?
Transitions
like
between
these jokes. How am I gonna format them that it's gonna fit my like comedic voice, but also in order as well. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I mean theoretically you should be always growing as a comic. So the jokes you made like 6 months ago, or a year ago, or 3 months ago, like it doesn't feel like the same. It feels weird because even though it's the same joke, you're coming from a different place. So
I've had the thing recently where like I went back and I found something from literally like 6 years ago that bombed. Like it was like a premise I had tried, and I remember trying it like twice and it never working.
Yeah.
And then bringing it back now and it works. Right. So even if like the ideas don't change a whole lot, you get better and you get better at like owning stuff, I think.
Yeah.
Like so that'll happen too. So
what is
I
it?
don't know.
Don't you have a joke? It's like, oh, if you want to ever belittle a man, say your little comedy show, right?
Yeah. My little joke. Yeah, it's my closer for the past year and a half.
This is funny.
The best joke I've ever.
Teague is my good friend, but doesn't he have
Quit
that bit that's like, it says like, you kind of are funny a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? It's about his dick though, is what he says in the
But
joke.
don't you think that's kind of like your bit a little bit?
A little bit. Yeah, it is kind of similar, and
His dick and your comedy shows have a lot in common.
yeah,
He
they're
likes to go
both
see
super
him.
white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's always I mean, there's definitely peaks and valleys.
But I just
as
don't
far
want.
as-
It's like if you're in a valley, I just feel like do your best, try to run the fuck out of that. I don't know. Which I was really.
Is that
fun.
the right word? Peaks and valleys, or peaks and hollows, or
So it's peaks and valleys.
peaks and valleys?
So a valley is like it's like a cliff and then a thing at the bottom at the end.
yeah.
But I'm always peaking, so I'm glad. I love Ryan. Honestly, this like my favorite.
If you could give me any advice, I'd appreciate it.
So this is
If
interesting.
there's
So-
anything I could, I mean, if you'd be willing to share with me, if you wouldn't, I'd understand too. I guess.
I like how you. I appreciate your little like psychology dig on me because I like that. Earlier you said that like I push people
What do you
away.
remember? What I said exactly?
You said like I'd be weird to push people away
Oh yeah.
to avoid real conversation, to feel in control.
Yeah.
Because my dad beat me.
I didn't say that last part, but I appreciate that you feel safe enough to disclose that.
Yeah. And then I guess then you kind of do the same thing with being mean or so whatever.
Sure, yeah. I've had plenty of moments like that.
I'm like my dog. I'm like submissive, you know, but I'm like I keep telling people this. I'm aggressively submissive. I think.
Wait, so what's the opposite of submissive? It's dominating.
Yeah.
You dominate people with how submissive you are.
Yeah. No, it's like my dog. My dog would go to a dog park because she's a dog. And then
Oh yeah.
and then she would go up to another dog and then just roll on its back.
Mm-hmm.
That's every time because how cute the dog
What kind of dog
is.
you have?
'Cause I'm that dog. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
At the end of the day, we're all dogs. If you really think about it.
That's a good point.
And that's
actually.
why you should be allowed to fuck them. You know what I mean?
So you always bring that up in these.
I don't know why. I just made that connection.
Oh, Amber Alert.
Let's go. Bill took another kid.
Huh. Suspect is armed.
Oh, wow.
I have the gun.
Probably for us.
It is weird that like it only alarmed for you.
It didn't just alarm for me. It did yours too, right?
Did you get one? I didn't get one.
We didn't just hear it from my phone.
I thought it was yours too.
I don't think so. Ryan, do you have it's very interesting. It's like it reminds
Thank
me
God that Amber Alert got us off of what we were talking about.
Yeah.
so fucking kids is wrong. Okay. But animals are not like children.
I feel like animals aren't children, but that doesn't mean you should get to fuck them.
But they're all for sure innocent.
I'm just saying, just think about like the moral reciprocity.
The what?
The moral reciprocity.
Saucity.
Of like you being able to like shoot a pig in the head.
I feel like you're saying moral reciprocity, but even that isn't the right. Reciprocity is not the equivalency, maybe?
Just think about the moral equivalency of shooting a pig in the head and then shooting like a child in the head. You know what I mean? Just think about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I tried writing a bit about people who adopt kids versus adopt dogs, but could never get it to work.
Oh my God, they put him down.
No,
they put him down.
Yeah, but people just get really mad whenever your adopted child runs into the street and gets hit by a car. Mm-hmm. But the other dog, it's like, shucks.
We tried to adopt a dog once, and they didn't. It just wasn't a good fit, and so we took the dog back to the shelter. But you can't really do that with kids.
Oof. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. It's like, we kind of changed our mind.
Yeah, there we go. Cool.
Like a 90-day trial period, maybe. Like, do you have the warranty? And you're like, oh, they emailed it.
So,
here you go.
There we go. Thanks.
So, Ryan, so I gave
the
you
kid
advice.
gets like one teardrop tattoo every time they're brought back.
I gave you some advice.
I'm ready.
I don't know. I would say let's try to be more sincere.
We could both try to be a little more. I've been working on that myself, and so trying to be a little bit more sincere, because that's how, those connections, that vulnerability that we're afraid of. That's how you get good moments, though. That's how you build relationships. And what are we if not a collection of the moments that we shared with other people,
And
why not?
I mean, and I'm an 18-year-old. Do you think less of me or more than I told you my age?
No, it didn't make me think. Nothing could make me think any less of you. But I think that it just put context around some stuff. That's all.
I feel like the stuff I do, I already joke about being a loser. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You weren't cool in high school, right?
I wasn't not cool. I was.
That's such a funny leading question. Like, it's not, were you cool in high school? It's like, you definitely weren't cool in high school, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't not cool. I was like popular.
Did you have did your parents ever go out of town and you invited everybody over for some warm beer?
No, I invited them over. Yeah, actually. Yeah. And they're just like,
do you guys like them cold?
No, they're just like, whenever I'm here, I always want to get fucked up. That's what my friend said. Mm-hmm. And then one of their friends, this girl brought a guy over. And the guy was talking to us about how, like, man, I really like this girl that brought him over. And he was like, but, I'm dating this other girl right now. It's just like, I want to break up with her, but, her dad just died. So I'm just hanging out and seeing what's up. Turns out that guy stole 2 of our vapes and my phone charger. So that guy was stand-up human.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Those
sketchy.
sketchy. Those high school parties can attract some sketchy people.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely.
Man, I do not miss that.
Mm-mm.
But now I'm just with them at dive bars now instead.
Yeah. They're less likely to take your stuff.
True.
I feel like I don't meet people at bars. I feel like that's not a place to meet people.
I'm not sure where you would even, if you were trying to meet people, like make friends, like I don't know where you would, because like you figure most people meet people at places they already are at all the time.
Yeah.
So like school is an obvious one. Mm-hmm. Work, I guess, if you're lucky enough to work with people you have stuff in common with, which is a random
tough one.
And then comedy, I guess, because you're already out at these places so many times a week, seeing the same people.
Yeah,
like
and you can go across the country and find people that are very similar, which is really nice.
So my biggest goal, I learned this from Stacy K, the wisest person in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. But it's like, it's very important for me that I do things. My Tinder bio is actually, my Bumble bio. I just wanted to make sure that correction.
Yeah.
My bio is, I'm a big fan of doing things. On Tinder, I'm 6'1", but also way more than that. I thought those were funny.
Those are both pretty good, actually.
Thank you. And then I just want to do things. Like, I go, just like, there's skate celebrations where they like play music, there's food, and they like sell merch, like Skate magazine openings. I try to go to those music concerts, like DIY.
That's all pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I like politics. I mean, act on your conscience, vote, learn more about policies, canvas, do all this bullshit.
Yeah, that's great.
There's the young chapters, the young I'm sure the young Republicans run Democrats. Or
Yeah.
they
And you have the what is it? The NCCP. Right?
NAACP.
NAACP. Oh yeah, but then what's your guys's?
It's NAAAP. Yeah, you're right.
NAACP.
Asian American
Yeah.
Pacific Islander. Yeah.
Are those rival organizations?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know the Asians.
Yeah.
They have like a softball game every year.
Yeah,
or
they
something
refuse because they
equivalent.
refuse to admit that the Black Samurai was black.
Well-
But whatever.
Well, I do think that if blacks and Asians were in a race war, we know who would win.
You think so?
Yeah.
Pound for pound, you guys are losing for sure. But
But for
numbers wise, you guys gotta step up.
I feel like we have technology on our side and the power of anime. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. You know, the technology thing is significant because, you know, like when you're on the internet, they have the robots doing stuff, the robot dogs running
true.
obstacle courses. You got all that to go up
that's
against.
true. But we could go days out water if we're talking all mass of all blacks versus Asians.
The cool thing is, like, in China in World War II, what they do is, since they have like 1.4 billion people, they just people are just could just die and it'd be okay. It's not a lot of value. China's so cool. So you could just like
Toss them in the soup.
keep sending people, yeah. And just I remember this story about like
Threw them in the soup.
there was like a race war at a school, and like it was over like soccer, someone like stole the soccer ball or fucked up a soccer game, and then so like the kids were starting to like beat each other and like hit each other with
which
belts.
ones got mad about it?
There's been many stories.
Yeah.
But I think the Asians won. I think they, from my recollections, this one guy started like getting a belt and started.
Oh yeah. Oh, did they?
He started getting a belt and whipping people, for lack of a better word, I guess. That's a story. Okay. Elementary school was so cool, by the way.
Bill, I think we should wrap this up, honey.
Do you want to plug your stuff?
At Cole Fletcher on all platforms. Hit me up on LinkedIn as well. I'm trying to go viral on there.
Do you wanna sign the poster?
Do I get to sign it a second time?
Yeah.
Do you really want me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you don't know about, but one time, like, the recorder was fucking up, but there's, like, a really good moment in the podcast, so I had them, like, reenact it.
Did you, what's Trickey from? Where's the background of your last name?
Can I have my phone back?
It's all right.
What are you doing? Calling the police. I don't know. It's like English or something.
Yeah.
Tricky comedy, please.
Mm.
Instagram. I run a show called Catch a Trying Star. The next one is August 27th, and then again on September 24th at the Rhino in North Kansas City.
Be there.
This was a great experience. And you can have the bandana, too. I gave this to everybody.
So here's what you do. You take the first hour and delete it. No, but here you could take the first hour and splice it into the second hour, and then have it go back and forth vibe-wise. Mm-hmm. So you have the train wreck one mixed in with the cohesive one, and it's this weird, like, non-linear
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, it's a very Pulp Fiction-esque kind of.
I wonder how we mapped out the time. There's a lot of eyebrow raises, you know.
Because we even allude to that first one several times, so that would be good. That could be something. It would take a little bit of work on your part to do that, but like that could be interesting.
How was it on here when you had Dustin on?
It went well. Usually.